start this speech off with a big round of applause for all of the seniors here. So yeah. Okay. So seeing okay, seeing the senior year class go is going to be very difficult for all of us. You're all so beautiful, and it makes me tear up seeing all my views so grown up. So every ninth grader is new to White Mountain, and it's yeah, every ninth grader is new to White Mountain, and being the ninth grade representative, I see how the senior class needs an amazing example. Um, Leah stepped up to be social chair, Arlie as president, and many other seniors bravely doing I believe statements at morning meeting. And prime examples of seniors showing us how to do high school at White Mountain. Um, y'all held such an important role in this community, and speaking from personal experience, it's going to be hard to see my friends go. The class of 2021 has had such a big impact on my experience and happiness at WMS. I remember at the end of last semester when Arlie, Nia, Leah, Nia, Isabel, and the rest of our friends had a nice picnic on Hoods Hill, and we had music and the company of each other, and we had food, and it was just so much fun. We all just relaxed and we had a nice time. Um, it was so nice to be able to genuinely enjoy a moment with friends. And although I'm not the best of friends with all the seniors, I know I can't easily speak for I know I can't easily speak to any of y'all with no judgment. Like the time I went to eat dinner on Hoods Hill with Sarah and Joelle. Um, it was chill and we talked and got to know each other, and it was nothing too difficult. I feel like I could easily get to know or talk to any senior if I really wanted to, or if I had the opportunity to. Um, yeah. Um, I know this year definitely wasn't the ideal senior year y'all wanted it to be, but no, I see how strong you guys are for pushing through even with all the tasks that need to be done as seniors. Y'all had so much to worry about, from college applications to mini lasers to what you want your future to look like being an adult and growing up, going to college. Um, so there's so many more tasks, but those are just a few of the things that you guys had to do. And seeing this year, it was such a hard year for y'all with COVID and everything. And I feel like it's there's a lot of negatives. There was a lot of negatives. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. There was not a lot of negatives, but I feel like there was a lot of positives, like prom and all these experiences that we did make possible at White Mountain, even with the COVID year and things being really weird. So yeah, and I just want to end this off by saying thank you all so much for the fun and loving memories, and congratulations on reaching this one in a lifetime achievement. I am so proud of every single one of you, and I'm sad that I can't be here. I can't be here in person to deliver this speech, but just know that I am very proud of every single one of you for making it to this moment. So another round of applause for all of you. So thank you and have an amazing day, week, afternoon, evening.
All right, let's hear it for Alexis. Next up, speaking from the 10th grade is Whistle Leach.
Uh, Hello, everybody hear me good? All right. Hello everyone. I'm Whistle Leach. I'm a sophomore at the White Mountain School. And I'm not the best at really reading from a script, and I was thinking about coming up here and freestyling it, but I didn't. So um about 2 months ago, I started watching this show called Ninjago. Some of you may know it. It's about four ninjas who train under a great sensei called Sensei Wu. Wu is the son of the master of Spinjitzu, and he teaches them lessons and morals in order to get the four ninja to reach their true potential. True potential is essentially achieving greatness and becoming the best person you can be. Now, the sensei tries to make them reach their true potential in many ways, but the ninja always seem to want to mess around rather than train for their true potential. But despite the ninja's shenanigans, their sensei's words get through to them, and they manage to find their true potential through very tense and meaningful situations that make them realize the importance of their decisions and how they can impact others. Like when I was choosing where to live this year, what classes to take, and who to hang out with. I see this senior class as my sensei Wu, training me to reach my true potential, whether that's where I go in life, whether that's what friends I make, and it could also be just what classes I choose to take next year. All these things that the seniors are doing, all the little and big things for everyone at this school, are helping me and all my peers reach our true potentials. Anyways, among the senior class, there are friends, family, and some people I never really got to know that well, but I'm sure that if I did, it would have improved my time with this class exponentially. Now I've gone to this school for 2 years, and some of these seniors I only just met last semester. And I gotta say, that makes me sad. It really does, because these kind, loving, caring, comforting, innovative, hardworking, and welcoming people frequently show up in my fondest memories of this place. For example, when I spent my first night in Burroughs, I felt much more immersed into the sort of boarding school culture, which was an amazing experience for me. So I've been here for 2 years, like I said, and some of these seniors have been calling White Mountain home away from home for 4 years, which is amazing. But to be honest, it doesn't really matter how long you've been at this school. You will leave this school every year with something valuable, whether it's friendship, a new idea, or even just an interaction with someone that made your day. Because I can tell you that happens a lot, especially with this class. Another example of a good time I've had with seniors is times like playing soccer with Valentine and skiing with Cam and James, and many more memories like that. This year was especially hard because of COVID, and to be a senior during this time must have been even harder, knowing you'd miss out on quite a few things that the seniors usually do. Despite all this, seniors did not change. Their attitudes were uplifting, and the way they gave off an aura of happiness and comfort was fascinating. And I just wanted to say thanks for that. When I first got to this school, I had it pretty easy because my brother, Oscar, had already been here for 2 years and kind of went through the process of making friends and meeting people, and he kind of streamlined that for me. Just because I had it pretty easy doesn't mean others did too. I've seen these seniors take their younger peers under their wing and truly change them into the beginning of something great, much like the Sensei Wu with all his students. And that's just some examples of how the seniors have impacted my life and all my peers' lives. There are many other instances where I have dramatically altered the way I see, the way I learn, and the way I act. And now back to Ninjago. In Ninjago, there's a mission where the ninjas lose their dragons, and their dragons are their method of transportation, and they couldn't save anyone if they couldn't get to the fight. And once they get back from that mission, they go to Sensei Wu and they tell him, we lost our dragons. But Sensei Wu isn't negative about this. He sees it as an opportunity to grow. He says, your dragons are what you relied on, and now they're gone. You have to find something else to rely on. It's a chance to see that not everything is set in stone, and some things can and will change. These seniors, whenever I got a bad grade or didn't do well in a soccer game, they wouldn't be like, oh, okay, that sucks. They would tell me, it's all right. There will be other games. There'll be other tests. There will always be time to redeem yourself. What I'm really going for in this speech is to say thank you. Thank you to my mentors, the ones who pushed me higher than I ever thought I could go, the ones who challenged me, the ones who taught me, the ones who listened to me. Thank you, my senseis.
Thank you, Whistle. Now speaking for the 11th grade is Sylvie Cromer.
Dear class of 2021, congratulations. You have reached a moment I'm sure many of you have watched others reach, as I'm doing now, but today you have made it. I'm honored that you selected to speak at your baccalaureate on this day that signifies so much. I wouldn't be up here today if it weren't for you, because I believe we are each made of tiny pieces of other people. I'm standing here today reflecting the pieces of you reflecting the pieces of you. We are a collection of fragments of the people we love, a patchwork quilt of memories and experiences. I cling to little things people do when I care about them because it's easier than clinging to the big things they do. It's hard to even pinpoint big things they do that make us care about them, but I've always seemed to be able to find the little things. For example, I tie my shoes double knotted no matter what, because in 3rd grade, my friend Hannah, who tied my shoes before I knew how, always tied them double knotted. I love the color chartreuse because my dad always told me it was the best shade of green, even after I would relentlessly argue that any shade of green is better than chartreuse. I always say, knock on wood, as out loud as I physically knock on wood, because that's what my mom does. I pick up on words my friends say in conversation and find them woven into my thoughts, where they somehow become my words too. Each action has unknown ripples that find their way to the eye of someone who cares to watch. This is what I think of when I think of your senior class, ripples. You have each impacted the rest of us in ways you will never fully know. The same way a small ripple in our very own pond can reach even the furthest edges of muck and mud. Through your leadership, kindness, and friendship, you have made ripples here. I think of the way Arlie has set such an incredible example of what a student leader should be. She has grown into such a strong, wise, and reliable community member from the bubbly and talkative sophomore I first met. To me, she exemplifies everything any member of this community should hope to become. Arlie was one of the first people I met here, and she instantly included me and made me feel like this was where I belonged. Her kindness, generosity, and warmth supported me in the moment and inspired me to be a source of kindness for someone else. I'll never forget how she made me feel that day, and through her actions, she created lasting ripples in this community. I now carry with me Arlie's kindness, and I can only hope to pass it on to others the same way she passed it on to me. I think of the way Isabel cares out for the people she loves, how strong and loyal she is to what she cares about, and her moral principles. Isabel encouraged me to have firm opinions and not to change who I am because of other people. I noticed her refusal to back down in arguments, specifically one involving a certain person smearing ketchup on another person's jeans and another person throwing old coffee on their shirt. But I won't get any more into it because, as I said, Isabel does not back down. She made me have more conviction, loyalty, and dedication to what I care about, all of which have impacted my own relationships, creating ripples in my life. I think of Jim's genuine wonder and excitement that you could almost feel when he speaks about things that hold meaning in his life. Emily's perpetual wit and perfect comedic timing. How Leah Foster would always hype people up and was selflessly committed to making others happy. It almost feels sneaky and wrong to see something someone else does and then try to take it for yourself, adopt it, and incorporate it into the core of who you are. But you see, this is precisely what I do, what I think we all do to some degree. Now I feel the need to create a bibliography of aspects of myself that I've adopted from someone else. A list of sources to give credit to the people in my life who have made me who I am. I need to rip apart the quilt of who I am and label every piece for everyone to see, because if I don't, am I betraying the people in my life whom I took those little things from? And if I love them, would I adopt those things in the first place? So I guess this is my opportunity to thank everyone before me today for how they have impacted who I am, and to thank you for all the ways you have impacted the rest of the school. Perhaps as a graduating senior in high school, it's reassuring to know that you never fully, never truly leave anywhere, because so many aspects of who you are reside in other people who will remain after you're gone. Maybe that's terrifying, the thought that you still sort of exist here, even when you're somewhere else physically. Like it or not, at this school, you will never stop making ripples because you have so strongly impacted the rest of us. And for that, we are all eternally thankful. Thank you.
Thank you, Sylvie. Oh, gosh. Next up is Sergio, speaking on behalf of the faculty.
Thank you. I wish I had thought of Ninjago myself. Welcome and congratulations. I am delighted that you could make it. Getting here wasn't easy, I know. In fact, I suspect it was a little tougher than you realize. To begin with, for you to be here now, trillions of drifting atoms have somehow to assemble and in an intricate and intriguingly obliging manner to create you. It's an arrangement so specialized in particular that it has never been tried before, and it will only exist this once. For the next many years, we hope, these tiny particles will uncomplainingly engage in all the billions of deft cooperative efforts necessary to keep you intact and let you experience the supremely agreeable, but generally underappreciated state known as existence. Those are words from Bill Bryson, A Short History of Nearly Everything. Students, it is my honor and joy to be standing here with this opportunity in my hands. Know that my words come from the heart and with each of you in mind. Family, friends, White Mountain School team, thank you for also lending your ear. I feel your support. This is a journey, so I will start by getting 3 words out of the way. COVID, pandemic, quarantine. They deserve a mention, but only that once. I will not repeat them again through the speech, not because they don't matter, not because they haven't affected each and one of us, not because you haven't suffered and learned from them, but because you are so much bigger, because we collectively are so much bigger. This speech is about you. This moment is absolutely and exclusively about you. It is not my desire, however, to ignore the current situation of the world. Au contraire, it is a valuable tool for me and for you. It helps us acknowledge what matters the most. I encourage you right now to look around and recognize on the faces around you the greatest attributes of humanity. I encourage you to look around. The greatest attributes of humanity are represented amongst these graduating class. And to see you all here despite the odds only reassures me that you are beautiful, strong, resourceful, resilient, and kind individuals. Wonderfully unique individuals within an inclusive and cohesive community. This journey, the human experience, comes in many ways: the individual, the collective, the historic, conflicts and awakenings, afflictions and breakthroughs, revolutions and evolutions. It all brings us here. This is your time. It is part of all that has been and all that will be. It is both synergetic and momentous. Let me dig deeper into the educational experience, or how each of you has learned well beyond and within the academics. If you're learning anatomy and physiology, that your heart beats about 100,000 times in one day, 35 million times a year, and in average, 2.5 billion times in a lifetime. Then you have learned, ironically, to love your heart. You have learned to appreciate the marvels of your body. If in history class you have learned the intricate net that connects all events past and how they brought humanity to this very moment in time, you have also learned how the amalgamation of your experiences has brought you here, having had a hand at shaping you into what you are today. You have learned that you need to become who you want to become. In physics class, you have learned about the many laws and the forces in motion. You have learned that we can affect and be affected by the way the universe functions, from the smallest particle to the largest cosmos. You have learned to be humble, but you have also been empowered. If in language class you have learned the art of word usage and understanding, you have to learn to express yourself as well as to comprehend others. You have harnessed the power to connect with others and perhaps with your inner selves. If in art class you have learned forms of portraying and provoking emotions, you have to learn to acknowledge the ethereal component of life. In the ways in which your emotions flow through a music piece, how they are plastered on a painting or captured in a photograph. You have learned to share your soul with the world. If in math class you have learned about the infinite nature of numbers and the absolute ways they function, you have to learn how there are aspects of life that are constant, how some can be changed, and some that are permanent. You have learned how all problems have solutions and how it is completely fine if you do not yet know the process. Your educational experience sums up to that, to the journey of curiosity and discovery, to the exploration of this, your unique life. What you have gathered this far is now an intrinsic part of what makes you, you. And what is to come, I can only stand in awe of each and one of you and the potential, the true potential. And I can only admire you in advance for it. This morning, having a breakfast with Valentine, he said something that I don't think he knew the implications. He said, Sergio, my jacket doesn't fit me anymore. And I would hope so. I would hope that your jackets don't fit you anymore. I would hope that your shells don't fit you anymore. To close it, absolute favorite book in the world, The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. He says, the hidden wellspring of your soul must need rise and run murmuring to the sea. And the treasure of your infinite depths would be revealed to your eyes. But let there be no scales to weight your unknown treasure, and seek not the depths of your knowledge with a staff or sounding line. For self is a sea, boundless and measureless. Thank you.
So seniors, just so you know, we're going to have you exit first. We'll play the recessional. After the benediction, you'll be leaving to the music once JJ starts the music up. So if you, just the seniors, could rise for the benediction, that would be. May you be ever curious about the world and how it interrelates. Curious about the lives and needs of others. Curious about your own place in the world. May you live your life with courage. Courage to face life's hardships. Courage to seek and give help where help is needed. Courage to be fully engaged with the world. May you always be filled with compassion, compassion for all things and beings in the web and weft that is. Compassion for those who you do not understand, and compassion for yourself and those you love. May you this day and every day strive for justice and harmony among all beings, and respect the dignity and virtue of every living being. Amen.